I'm a 37-year-old woman starting over, and I'm scared. On Christmas Eve of 2022, I called my dad in tears and I asked him to come get me and my 3 children, who are now 3, 2, and 2. He didn't ask any questions. He told me he had to drop some things off at the house and he would be on his way. I've been asking God when it was time for me to share my story. All of 2023, I was hiding and healing. Most of my friends, most of my family had no idea where I was. They all thought that I was still staying in the house that my husband and I had just bought in 2022. But actually, I had been staying with my dad. My kids and I moved back in with my dad. I don't have a job. I don't have a car. And I used 2023 to get closer to God, to develop my relationship with God, and to help me navigate what life would be like. If it wasn't for my relationship with God, I can assure you that I would be absolutely insane. I would have lost my mind. But because I was leaning in so heavily on God and getting closer and understanding who God was and his character, I was able to realize that what I was doing was not just for the best for my life, but for my children's lives as well. And now I'm at a place where I'm going back and forth asking God, when is it time for me to tell my story? Because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't sharing my story before I was supposed to share my story, but I also wanted to make sure that I wasn't delaying in sharing my story because of my own fears. So here I am to let you in on my story with the hopes that it will help other people who may have similar stories or may know people with similar stories have the confidence to keep going in life. So I'm 37 and my name is Emily, and I'm a single mom, and I'm currently going through my second divorce. Had you asked me in 2011 what my life would look like in 2024, it wouldn't be me saying going through a second divorce. In 2011, I lost my mom to breast cancer, and I did not grieve. I did not grieve and heal, I think, the way that I should have. Then in 2012, I got married to my friend. And because of my inability to communicate clearly and understand, and because I hadn't healed from my mom's passing, we got a divorce shortly after. And it was because of immaturity on both of our parts. And after that, I went into hiding. I moved back from Texas to live with my dad again. And I just started life over. Fast forward, I got married in January of 2020, and I had my first child in March of 2020. I'm jumping all over the place because I'm trying to navigate my story from an authentic place. I've been having an internal dialogue with myself about if it was time to share. And I've been asking God to give me a sign about when it's time to share. And I've come to the conclusion that I know that if I don't share, there are people who aren't going to receive the light and the encouragement and the love that I have because of my own fears. And so I believe that God's been waiting on me, and I've been scared. In 2018, I met my current husband, and we got pregnant, and that's when things changed. Here's a piece of advice. The signs are always there. It's our responsibility to acknowledge them for what they are and to decide if we're worth more. I share with you about my previous marriage because I wanted to let you know that the regret and the shame and the guilt that I carried around for years because I didn't try hard enough to make that marriage work, that regret, that shame, and that guilt led my decision making. I won't go into all of the details. This is just part one. But I do want to share with anyone who's watching, don't just ignore the signs. A person shows you who they are, and when they show you who they are, believe them. So in 2022, we bought a house and we moved in. Another piece of advice: new houses, new clothes, new things, new cars, new shoes, new money doesn't take away the problems. The only way to solve a problem is to address the problem. So we moved into a new house, and the problems moved with us. I know what God's plan is for my life. God's plan is for me to encourage people. That's my gift. I have the gift of encouragement. In all of 2023, as I was hiding and as I was healing, I was using my gift to encourage others. So here's some more advice. If you're going through something that's really difficult right now, one of the best ways to navigate through that with God is to use your gift to serve others. So as I was healing, I was using my gift to serve others, and being able to encourage others is what kept me going through the entire year. I don't know what the rest of my life looks like. I'm 37. I have 3 kids, 3 and under. But while I'm here with the time that I have left, I want my life and my light to shine on as many lives as possible. I want to inspire as many people as possible. I want to encourage as many people as possible. And I'm doing that now by being vulnerable and transparent. For 4 years, I was hiding and suffering in silence in a domestic violence relationship. And because of the guilt and the shame and the regrets from not trying harder in my first marriage, I used that to convince myself that I needed to try harder in this one. I was insecure. I lacked confidence because I didn't see who I was. I knew that I was sunshine. I knew that I was joy. I knew that I was light, but I didn't see myself as God's child. I didn't see myself as royalty. I didn't see myself as valuable. And when you don't know who you are, and you don't know whose you are, and you have no confidence, and you're insecure, and you're hiding, and you're judging yourself, that's opening up a door to allow other people to treat you however they want to treat you. And that's what I did. Because I was insecure, I was mistreated. I didn't love myself because I didn't realize who I was. So if you want to know who you are, My advice would be develop a relationship with God, understand God's character, and get to know who God created you to be. And once you know who God created you to be, you won't allow anyone to treat you the way they want to treat you. But you'll only allow people to treat you the way that you know you deserve to be treated. We're all created in God's image, and we're all created as royalty. And if you can realize that you are valuable, that your experience is unique, and you are highly valuable as you are, the opinions and the judgment from others, it won't weigh you down. So now I'm at the bottom, starting over again, navigating this new life. What is it to be a single mom? I never would have guessed in a million years that I would be a single mother. What is it to be without a job? What is it to be without a car as an adult? Knowing that my purpose is to share light and inspire and encourage others. How am I supposed to do that? What does that look like? How do I monetize it? I know that I have a lot of valuable information inside of me. I have several books inside of me that I have to write, that I have to get out to people like you who took the time to listen to part one of my story. But if you don't get anything from this message, from this video, please know that you are valuable. You are highly valuable. Regardless of your situation, regardless of what you've been through, you have the ability and the authority and the power to write the rest of your life. And the rest of my life starts today. My advice to my young women, my young men, don't go along just to get along, because you're better than that. And if anyone says or treats you anything less than a precious, rare stone, that person doesn't see your value, and they're not worth your time.